Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. Unfortunately, we are here to talk about injuries, and it's injuries to two players that we're always concerned about them getting injuries. I mean, at the moment, I think we have like 5 or 6 players who every time like they get fouled or every time they play 2, 3 games consecutively, I'm like, okay, can we rest them? Should we rest them? Are they going to pick up another injury? We all know about now these days. Saka is part of that. Saka not because he's injury prone, but because I'm just scared of how much he gets tackled. But there's players like Zinchenko, you never know how long he's going to be fit for. There's players like Tomiyasu, you never know how long they're going to be fit for. And there's particular players that we're going to talk about in this one, and that is Gabriel Jesus and Thomas Partey. Jesus played against Sevilla. He was probably our best player that day. I think our best player that day alongside Declan Rice and Tomiyasu. He was very, very good. He's the one who created the first goal. If there's no Jesus on that pitch, we are not going to get that first goal. And if there's no Jesus on the pitch, we are not going to get that second goal. So he was really, really good in that one. Unfortunately, he picked up an injury on that day. And then Thomas Partey, we kind of expected him to play maybe the Chelsea game or the Sevilla game. He ended up not starting any of them. And we are hearing that he was injured in training just before that Sevilla match. So let's see what Fabrizio Romano has had to say, what it has had to say, quoted by Fabrizio Romano. For Gabriel Jesus, the scans show there's muscle injury and we might lose him for a few weeks again. And for Thomas Partey, he has got a muscle injury and expect him to be out for a few weeks. I mean, this so annoying. And the extra games that they play during the international break. Obviously, they have to play for the international teams, but I'm always concerned, especially the international break. I'm like, man, Jesus is going to play for Brazil. I think he started one of the games, and Partey as well played for Ghana during the international break. And by the time they come back to the club, they've already played like 2, 3 extra games, and you maybe have a very big game on that weekend, like we did against Chelsea. Jesus plays in that one. He plays in the Sevilla one, like the pressure and the momentum and everything. You can't really pick it up because 4 or 5 games in a row, you would at least expect him to maybe rest during the international break. For us, it would be ideal if he rested during the international break. And then 2 weeks later, he plays against Chelsea. But unfortunately, the injuries are back again. Now, let's start with Gabriel Jesus first. Against Man City, you saw how good he was on the right wing. He's a player who can play for us on the right wing, on the left wing as a striker. It's good to be linked to players like Tony and Osimhen and all those guys. Yes, they're out and out goal scorers, but what Jesus gives our team as of now, it's absolutely incredible. As I say, that game against Sevilla, even if he had not scored in that game, that second goal, he'd probably still be like part of the man of the match, the man of the match in that game, because of how good he was in terms of getting involved in duels and coming to midfield to get the ball, going on the left side, going on the right side. I rewatched that game a second and third time, and there's a couple of things I actually forgot to point out for Gabriel Jesus in that game. He actually did create a couple of other chances in that match. I didn't actually realize the Martinelli one-on-one chance that he missed, the first one, it was from a Gabriel Jesus touch and pass. I didn't even realize that. So he created like 2 or 3 chances in that game and scored that goal as well. So it's very, very important. And when you need him, when Saka is not there, Jesus can play for you on the right side. He can play for you on the left side if Martinelli is not there and Trossard is not there. Jesus is a player who can play for you in a lot of games. We lost him last season at a crucial part of the campaign, right? He got injured at the World Cup and we missed him for December, January, February. I think he returned like in the Fulham game in March or something, and you saw how much we missed him. People have been saying he didn't get 15 goals plus goals, blah, blah, blah. He got like 11, and that is with him being injured for like 4 months. I do believe he'd have gotten at least 15 goals if it was not for that injury. So it is unfortunate once again that we can't get him going for like 5, 10 games consecutively. We have to think about resting him after playing 2 games because of the injury concerns, and he's only like 28. So the injuries started picking up quite early, unfortunately for him and for us. They're saying few weeks. The only decent thing I can imagine is I can think of is, listen, we've played Tottenham, we've played Man City, the big game, we've played Man United, we've played Chelsea, Liverpool is in December, but Newcastle is coming up. Apart from that, though, we have decent fixtures at home to Burnley, at home to Sheffield United. We'll have Wolves at home as well very soon. We have Sevilla at home as well, and the next game after that is going to be Lens at home. So those games, yes, we need Jesus, especially you've seen him in the Champions League, how good he's been for us. But maybe in a few of those games, we can hopefully trust Trossard, trust Nketiah, trust Havertz to do the job for us up front, but it's definitely going to be Mr. Gabriel Jesus. Likely doesn't sound like months. Few weeks, could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Even if he was fit, I wouldn't play him this weekend. And after that, we have West Ham in the Carabao Cup. So that is where Nketiah, Havertz, Trossard really have to turn up. I don't even think Trossard will play up front, so it's up to Nketiah and Havertz to really turn up for those games. Hopefully he's back soon. I would be okay with him missing the Wolves game at home, Burnley at home, West Ham away in the Carabao Cup this weekend against Sheffield United. The one against Newcastle, I feel he would have done a very, very good job for us in that match. But since it's going to be out, now it's time to prove yourself. For the other players, we'll talk about that one later. But that is for Jesus. What about Thomas Partey? Thomas Partey has got a muscle injury and expecting to be out for a few weeks. Another one. Now for Thomas Partey, I mean, we're almost used to it. Like it comes to a stage where every time he plays like 45 minutes and you have a 2-goal lead, I'm like, take him out because he's going to get injured. And the worst thing about it, Thomas Partey, since he joined Arsenal in 2020, I think he's picked up like almost 10 injuries. Yeah, I don't have the exact number, but it could even be more than that. And the worst thing about it is I only remember maybe 2 of them being on the pitch. Like every time it's like training. I always hear, okay, Thomas Partey, we got hurt in training, he's not going to play. Or this and that has happened to Thomas Partey in training, he's not going to play. Or he's with Ghana, he comes back with an injury. Like, if you guys have actually ever noticed, like it's only like 1 or 2 games, maybe against Tottenham 2 years back, and also against was it Fulham maybe last season or something, or Crystal Palace, something like that, where he actually got injured on the pitch. All the other times is we never see it. We actually never see it. It's by the way, I just noticed the G on the on the screen. I don't know why the hell it is there. I don't know why the hell he gets injured so many times, and it's not even on the pitch, it's in training, and that is where the intensity is not even there. Like the intensity is very low, so I literally just don't understand. I do have a feeling that this will be his last season, but as of now, we definitely will miss him, because now we have to depend on Rice to play every single game. And luckily, we also have Jorginho who can take a bit of the burden as well. A couple of poor performances here and there, mistakes, but he's been okay at least for 60% of the time. So we have to really depend on them, especially those Carabao Cup games coming, the Champions League games coming. You have to depend on Jorginho and Rice to really hold that midfield together for the next 3 weeks to 1 month, because Thomas Partey will not be there. That dream midfield everyone talks about, Odegaard, Partey and Rice. Every time like we are very close to seeing it, something happens. I do feel like we were so close to seeing it. I feel like we were going to see Partey, Rice and Odegaard against Sevilla, but Partey got injured, so it didn't turn out to be that way. So we might keep dreaming of that and we might never see it. Maybe by the time Partey is fit, Odegaard will be on the bench for a couple of games. So maybe the time Partey is back fit, Rice is always fit and Odegaard is always fit, Touchwood and everything, they're both always fit. But you never know. Someone could be suspended, or this one could be on the bench, or someone else could be back, or you'll have made a signing by the time we have a chance of seeing all 3 of them on the pitch at the same time. It's definitely a blow. Some of the players have to turn up now. Like some have to prove themselves. Now that Partey is out, there's a chance there. Whether we are going to play, if we play Rice as a number 6, there's a chance there that number 8 position for Trossard, for Havertz, for Smith Rowe, hopefully if they all get chances, Fabio Vieira as well. If Rice plays in the number 8, the number 6 position, Jorginho has a chance. Who knows? Maybe even El Neni has a chance, like in the cup competitions. There's opportunities for players to turn up. A lot of the players in the squad, an opportunity for all of them to turn up and maybe fight for those positions. And also up front, let's not forget up front, Jesus is out now. There's an opportunity for Nketiah and another opportunity for Havertz. Maybe if we play Trossard up front 1 or 2 games, opportunities for all of them. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it approaches these games. Luckily, we are not going to play Man City right now or play Liverpool right now, because I definitely love Partey and Jesus to be on that pitch when you're playing those teams. We saw the impact Partey had when he came on against Man City, literally with 1 pass, 1 as that game. So that is the quality you're talking about. You don't want to miss these players for too long. But Jesus is out for a few weeks with a muscle injury, and Partey is out for a few weeks with the muscle injury. So I would assume they miss maybe 4 to 5 games. Injuries, man. Already Martinelli has been injured this season. Saka's been injured this season. Timber is injured already as well this season. We've had like 6-7 injuries already, right? So subbed off against Tottenham. Hopefully they don't pile up. Let these two be the only injuries as of now. We need our full team on that pitch if you're going to compete for the Premier League, the Champions League, the Carabao Cup. We have a good opportunity of winning that Carabao Cup. We are top of the table in our group in the Champions League, and we are third on the table in the Premier League. If things go our way, there's a chance we could even be top this weekend. So let's hope things work out that way. Let me know what you make of these injuries. Do you think this is Partey's last season? Would you keep him? What do you think of Jesus? Do you also think his injuries have become too much? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you on the next one.